Good evening, everyone. This is a market analysis for 4th of July 2022. I hope all of you have had a very good weekend and are ready for the trading week uh, from tomorrow. On Friday was a very excellent opportunity for bears to actually push the prices down. Even I was short right from open from 15,670 with a day high stop loss, and I also shared the same in the Telegram channel. And this was a trade from a positional perspective which I had to cut at cost. But let's look at the logic. What indicated to me that there was a higher probability of us seeing shorts on that day? One, we were opening at the extreme end of the volume analytics range, which I kept sharing through last week. And on top of it, since this is exactly the zone, as I keep saying, unless we go above this area, it will be sellers who are still in control. And intraday order flow also proved the same thing, showed the same thing, that large short positions came in right at the open itself. And later during the day, we had the news of Reliance, the news based down move of Reliance. And this is where things get really interesting, because a lot of retail traders tend to put in a lot of good in news. They tend to look at news a lot, but institutions, large players already are aware of the news. The news by the time which comes to us is already old news. The news is already processed by the market and positions are already taken way before the news actually comes in. If you notice that right at 9:15, large shorts started. One, we opened with a gap down, which itself is in a bearish context. In a bearish context, we opened with a gap down, factor one. Point number two, we saw large sell side positions being built right at the open, and even though momentary buyers came in, they failed to push the prices up. But if you notice in Reliance, prices started cracking down at 9:30. In fact, right from 9:15, large short positions were being created in index. And Nifty is one of the largest stocks in the Nifty 50 index. Reliance is one of the largest stocks in the Nifty 50 index. You can also see that how large positions in Reliance were also built somewhere at the highs from yesterday itself. You can see large volumes coming in, and all these players had to do was push the prices down aggressively through aggressive market short orders. This is why I always say follow the charts that you are trading, but not the news, because news is something that comes to us, retail traders, at the last. We are the last people to know about something. There are there are far bigger people than us with deeper pockets, better infrastructure, and are way smarter than us. They already tend to know things in most of the cases way before it is shown to us, and we get to know it, and they would already have been creating positions by then. So once the initial down move started, this was an excellent opportunity location to put on a positional short. We had a down move from 15,670 to almost 15,500 levels. Of course, intraday players did book make good money in shorts, but as this was a positional trade for me, I had to exit it at cost, because we did see buyers coming in again. Now for Monday, just because we saw pullback from once the volume analytics area was broken and we started moving up, doesn't mean that I will open the open longs immediately on Monday. The price band, the important price band now has changed from 15,810, 15,650 to 15,680 to 15,820. Unless I see price Nifty going above 15,820, I will not be looking to open longs. I would, if we open with a gap up tomorrow, I will look at the order flow for the opening 15 minutes and see if buyers are actually showing intent to continue to lift the asks up, sorry, lift the bids up, then or will they again succumb to aggressive sellers who already have short positions in this zone? So that is something I would be looking forward in the opening 15 minutes tomorrow at the opening bell, and I would not rush to jump into longs. If I see that shorts are again trying to take control of the markets, The moment we go below 15,620 will be another excellent location for me to put on a short trade if we open with a gap up. If at all we open within this price band again, then it would be again a very good opportunity to see rejection on 5 minutes inside this price band and take a short with an initial target of 15,680. Below 15,680, my positional shorts would get activated again. And to the downside, as long as we trade below this band, as long as we do not break 15,820 zone, as long as we don't trade above it, the probability, the incidence of us to move downside is higher than to the upside. If you notice, as long as this band was earlier to the upside, these are not levels these are not traditional price action levels that remain the same way even after 6 months. The levels that I share with you are based on my volume analytics techniques, which changes sometimes even on a daily basis based on the big players creating long and short positions in the markets. So if you see, each time we were into this price band, we had a gap down opening, but buyers again continued to push the prices up. So it somewhere implies that there is a very good very good fight going on between big longs and big shorts. And since we are trading within this price zone and we are failing to break out above it, is the reason why I have a short bias. The reason again I'm telling why I have a short bias is because we initially traded above this price band, but then we broke down through it, and now bulls are struggling to even give us a daily close above the larger time frame sellers area. So this indicates that somewhere sellers are still in control, and as long as we continue to trade within the band and go below it and not essentially break out above it, my bias would be towards short, and it would provide excellent shorting opportunities, especially from an option writing perspective to an expiry. Since as an option writer, our main focus should be to look at the areas where price where settlement has the least probability of happening. These price bands are providing me excellent opportunities to even write options. From an option buyer perspective, as long as we are within this entire price area, I wouldn't recommend you to play directionally as an option buyer. Instead, just scalp on both the sides if you have the habit of doing that, if you are such a trader. If not, as an option buyer, it's better to stay out. Moving on to Bank Nifty. In case of Bank Nifty, the volume analytics area has also changed. There were quite some large positions that were built by players on Friday. The immediate reference now is 33,540 to 33,220. Let's adjust this. 33,540 to 33,220. Yep. As you can see, Bank Nifty has already given us a very good close above higher time frame sellers area. And from here, if market gives me a long opportunity, I would prefer to be long on Bank Nifty than to be long in Nifty. In case of Nifty, we still need to take out the 15,820. So if market starts moving up, let's say that it gives a bullish opening tomorrow and it gives an indication of moving up, Bank Nifty is the index that I would be focusing on to be long compared to Nifty, because Bank Nifty has already given me a successful close above my higher time frame sellers area. And if at all I have to be short, if market gives a flat opening or a gap down opening, or it indicates that we would be moving down at the opening bell tomorrow, then Nifty would be my preferred index to be short, but not Bank Nifty. Now, if I look to the targets to the upside in case of Bank Nifty, the initial targets that I have is 34,200, and again this is on a positional basis. If we continue to move up, 34,200 would be the initial objective that I would look for. So tomorrow, if we continue to move up or stay above this band, I would not be the one to carry call shorts into closing as an option writer. Since I trade both futures and options, I would not be one to carry call shorts into closing, but I would rather look to carry put shorts below 32,200 and 32,000 strikes with a hedge, of course, if I'm carrying them into closing. So this is a short-term objective on the upside in case of Bank Nifty. I hope this video was useful to you folks. If yes, please let me know in the comments and like the video. I share my live market trades on Telegram. Please join the channel. The link is given in the description below. See you all tomorrow bright and sharp, and have a good evening.